Hello and welcome. Today we're jumping into something that's not just useful, but a ton of fun. How to shop like a local in Egyptian Arabic. Seriously, if you've ever imagined yourself wandering through a vibrant Cairo market, haggling for some amazing treasures, then you are in exactly the right place. So let's get right to it. All right, let's set the scene. I want you to really picture this. You're walking through a busy bazaar in Cairo. You can smell the spices in the air, you can hear the vendors calling out, and you're surrounded by all this incredible stuff. You see something that catches your eye. What do? What do you say? Don't worry, we're about to cover the exact words you're gonna need.
So, first things first, we have to build a solid foundation. Before you can even think about bargaining, you need to know the basic words for the world around you. Think of this as your essential shopping toolkit.
First up, the place itself. You're gonna hear two really common words, bazaar and souk. They both mean a traditional market, and honestly, you can use them pretty much interchangeably. Let's hear how they sound.
Pretty cool, right?
Okay, now for a word you will use constantly. Ser, which just means price. This is where every single negotiation starts. Here's the pronunciation. Ser. Simple enough, right? Ser.
And here it is, the magic word. Every single bargain hunter needs to know this one. Khesm, which means discount. Look, in a lot of Egyptian markets, bargaining isn't just common, it's kind of expected. So this word, it's your absolute best friend. Listen closely. That's the one you want. Khesm.
So, the seller gives you a price. Now you gotta react. Is it gali, expensive, or maybe it's rakis, cheap? Let's hear them both. First, expensive. And now, cheap. You know, just a little shake of the head while saying gali can be a great first step in your negotiation.
Okay, so you've got the basic vocabulary down. Now it's time for the fun part, putting it into action and actually talking to a seller. Let's go over the key questions to get that conversation rolling.
This is it. This is the big one. .com. How much is this? It's simple, it's direct, and you will use it everywhere. You just point at what you want and ask. Let's hear it. Top me. Trust me, that one is going to become second nature for you really fast.
Hey, remember our magic word, kasm? Well, here it is in a question. Fi kasm means, is there a discount? This is your key to opening up the negotiation. Quick tip, always ask with a friendly smile. It really does make a world of difference. Here's how it sounds.
You know, sometimes you want a closer look before you even start talking about the price. Mumkin ashufta just means, can I see this? It's a really polite way to ask the seller to hand you an item so you can check it out. Let's hear it. Great, you've asked your questions, you know the price, and you've actually held the item in your hands. Now it's decision time. Let's learn the phrases you'll need to say yes, no, or even just, I like this. Okay, here are your three key responses. To seal the deal, you can say, Theleza aizashteri, which means, I want to buy. Now, if you're still deciding, but you want to show you're interested, a great phrase is bahebda, which means, I like this. And what if it's just not for you? A polite but clear mish ayaz, I don't want, gets the message across perfectly. Now you're ready to make a decision.
You did it. You've made your decision. You're gonna buy it. That's fantastic. Now for the final step, closing the deal. Let's take a look at how to handle the payment. All right, we're in the home stretch. You just need to say how you're going to pay. While cards are getting more common, cash is still king in many souks, so knowing Bcash is super useful. Or you can try Bcard. Then, if you need a receipt, you can ask El Fatura Lusamat, the bill please. And just like that, the treasure is all yours.
Now for the best part. We've learned all these individual pieces, so let's put them together and see what a real, simple conversation actually sounds like. This is where it all clicks into place.
Okay, let's listen in on a typical exchange. Our shopper spots something they like and kicks things off with that essential first question.
The seller comes back with the starting price, 50 jina, which is 50 pounds.
And here it comes, the moment to bargain. The buyer asks, Fi khazm? Is there a discount?
And success! The seller says, 15 jine. Yes, a 10-pound discount. See, it always pays to ask.
The buyer is happy with that new price and confirms they want it. Trid ayaz ashtarida. I want to buy this.
And the seller gives a simple confirmation that you'll hear all over Egypt. Tamam,
which just means okay or all right.
And to wrap it all up nice and tidy, the buyer politely asks for the bill. Al-fatura law-samat. A perfect, smooth transaction.
So let's do a super quick review of the key phrases that'll take you all the way from just browsing to actually buying. You start with dakem, to ask for the price. You get into the negotiation with fi custom. You make your choice with ayez ashtari or mish ayez, and you finish it all off with el fatora law samacht. With just these few phrases, you can handle the entire thing.
And there you have it, your essential guide to shopping in Egyptian Arabic. You've got the words, you know the steps, so the only question left is, what's the very first treasure you'd want to bargain for in a bustling Cairo souk? Thanks for joining me for this explainer.